So now it goes to the internet to download the files for the installation. You understand why it has to do this? Because we are using a net install ISO for this installation. A net install means the ISO just comes with the minimal content required to start the, the installation. It doesn't have all the packages required to install the operating system. So that is what net install means. It has to go to the internet to retrieve all the other packages it needs to give you a full OS installation. Installation is happening now. Installing. Retrieves packages, and it's running. So our install, it retrieved all the files required. At this point, we have to set up a username and a password. And so we're going to set up a username, and the username is going to be borderline. And then asks us for a password for the user. You have to select a strong password. So, you want to see my password? Do I show you my password? No, I won't show you my password. Keep your password to yourself. So we're going to select the password now. Okay. I will enter it to verify. So I made a mistake on the password entry. Put it in again. Always make sure you use strong passwords, which are a combination of a number, of capital and small letters, a special symbol. So much password theft today, so that one went through. And we go on now. It says configure your home directory for encryption so that any files stored there remain private, even if your computer is stolen. So all security is always good. In this case, for our purposes, we're going to say no and go ahead. We're not encrypting the home directory. So now it's setting up and it's configuring the clock. It uses time zone Africa Lagos, correct? So we say yes and we move on. It's going to detect disks and all the other hardware. Loading additional components. Okay. At this point, it's at the point where it has to partition the disks. Gives different options: guided, use entire disk, use entire disk instead of LVM, use entire disk instead of encrypted LVM. We're going to use guided, use entire disk. We don't need any special options. Select this to partition. This is the 8 gig disk that was created at the start, if you remember. Yes, so this is the 8 gig disk created at the start. This is the one we're going to select to partition. Okay. Now it tells us if we continue the changes listed below will be written to the disks. Asking us, do you write the changes? If you want to do this, want to continue, so it can go ahead to format the disk and install. So you can see that the default is no, so that you don't make a decision you don't want to, or maybe clear up your hard disk space. We want to go ahead, so we say yes. Write the changes to the disk. And it goes ahead. Now it's installing the base system, retrieving packages. Taking all the steps for the installation. So wait for it to continue and complete. Now, you can see installation has run. At this point, it's asking us to configure Discover. So this is for updates. Uh, Asking if we want to set automatic updates, install security updates automatically, or manage system in landscape. Landscape is a service from Canonical that can be used to manage updates. No automatic updates. It's advisable to have your updates, so you can use install security updates automatically, or if you want to manage it yourself, you can choose any of the other options. So selected the option and it's running now. So at this point, it says the core of the system is installed now, um, and now we can select any option to tune the system to our specific needs. So if you want to install the manual packages that you need for whatever you want to do with the system, you select manual package install. It's manual package selection, which is the one with the red thing now. If you want to, you do a DNS server, you select DNS server. If you want a desktop, like a system with a normal desktop interface, GUI, you can select any of these desktops. If you want a LAMP server, Linux Apache, MySQL, Perl, you can select this option. So all different options there. So we'll just use basic Ubuntu server. That's the one we're going to select now. So I use the space to select it and have the star on that one. And then I do tab and continue, enter. So it continues running. It's going to now set it up as a basic Ubuntu server. If we need other packages, when we want to install whatever we want to install on it, then we can install those packages using the apt-get install command. So right now it's doing the setup to install it as a basic Linux server. Okay, so now the installation has run its course. We are at the grub loader screen. So at this point, it's asking us to choose if we want to install the grub loader to the master boot record. This is the only OS we have. We have to switch OSs between different OSs. Then we would say no for this. But since this is the only OS we have, we can proceed, install it, because it will always have to load on this one. So you can go ahead and say yes. So I'm going to press the enter key. It's installing the group the grub bootloader now. And let's wait for the install to complete. So it's finishing installation now. It wants to set our time to UTC. We are in UTC +1 time zone, so you choose your own time zone and finish up the installation. So now installation is complete, and we can boot into the system. Now, first we have to make sure we eject our ISO so that it doesn't start the boot process again. So we're going to do that now. Moving disk from virtual drive. You can see from devices, optical drives, remove disk. It says unable to eject and asking us if we want to force a mount. So we can force a mount now because we do not need it. Okay. Now we're going to continue to finish up our installation. So it's rebooting. You can see the blank screen, you can see the cursor now. You can see Ubuntu 16.10 coming up And so when we finish this, we'd move on to use this OS for whatever we want to install on it. Our first installation is going to be Odoo on Ubuntu 16.10 Yakkety Yak. So you see, this is it. We can log in now with our user. Our user was borderline, see, and then my password. I did not tell you my password. You know your own. Going to log in. It says login incorrect, so it seems I put in the wrong password. It seems okay, work this time. So I'm in, and from here we can start doing whatever we need to do. Thank you. This has been Borderline IT tutorial.